Ultimately, at the end of the day, I think this is what matters. This is what is missing from the educational space when it comes to this market, right? I'm not a guy who's going to put I'm a trader in my bio and then show you a car. No, we're going to show you a chart. And if you think that's boring, okay, then have fun investing. You get what I'm saying? Ultimately, this is for the people who want to get into the dirt, right? And the only way you can get into the dirt is if you show the executions, if you're pushing buttons, and that's what we plan to do, right? What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Long and Short. My name is Maestro. Here's where we begin. All right, who am I? I'm just a guy who loves crypto, man. Love Bitcoin, love Ethereum, love the industry, love what it's doing. I really think that this particular blockchain technology is going to break and tap into every single market out there, right? And we are early adopters of it, and I love this space. I've studied financial markets for around 10 years. I did all of the traditional finance stuff, tried to get a job on Wall Street, interviewed with Goldman, interviewed with Deutsche Bank, didn't really get the look though. Wasn't sure if I didn't fit into the culture, or I didn't have the Harvard education. Either way, right? Crypto offered us as retail traders a way to break into markets and trade them, right, with the big dogs essentially. So I entered into crypto around 2020. Bought some Bitcoin. I bought some Ethereum. Bought Bitcoin at 18K. I bought Ethereum at $500, and pretty good investments. As you can see, the price has appreciated since then. And that was just the investment side. I really started getting the bug to do more trading, more live trading, right? Once I saw the power of leverage and all of these other different things and all of these opportunities in the market, I really started to dive in a lot deeper. And what I learned is everything that I learned in the past was essentially garbage. It really was. And what I had to do was find the proper folks to learn from, the proper mentors. And believe me, guys, I took the bumps, okay? I was the guy up at 2 a.m. studying charts. I was the guy up, watching thousands of videos, taking notes, right? I was the guy who was doing that. All right. So what I developed over time was a real perspective on how things should work, why things work, and where you should apply certain practices and methods to the market, right? So ultimately, I classify myself as a price action trader. For the most part, that brings a different perspective to price action and charts. And I'm looking to deliver that and help people figure out which way price is going to make the proper trades. All right, so very simple mission statement here. I'm here to educate and I'm here to learn. There's so much going on in this crypto space that I need to tap into. But when it comes down to trading, man, I can show you how to do that, right? And what I plan on doing is showing you trade executions, not theory, right? Even though there will be some theory involved, I'm not going to spend a ton of time breaking down theory for you guys, right? I'm going to show you executions and why they work. Okay, I'm going to push the buttons. You're going to see them, okay? And ultimately, at the end of the day, I think this is what matters. This is what is missing from the educational space when it comes to this market, right? I'm not a guy who's going to put I'm a trader in my bio and then show you a car. No, we're going to show you a chart. If you think that's boring, okay, then have fun investing. You get what I'm saying? Ultimately, this is for the people who want to get into the dirt, right? And the only way you can get into the dirt is if you show the executions, if you're pushing the buttons, and that's what we plan to do, all right? Also, we're going to give some weekly TA calls and different cryptos, everything from Bitcoin, Ethereum, right? I'll cover Doge if you guys want to know what's going on with Doge, right? But I'm going to cover it from a technical analysis perspective. It's not going to be a bunch of fundamental FUD or FOMO. I'm not doing that. Right? You're not going to hear me shilling anything. I'm going to honestly evaluate what's happening on the charts, because somehow, some way, there's a gap in that. There's a gap in that in this market, and I don't understand why. Right? So that's what we're here for. Right? You might not like my opinion. That's all good, but I'm going to keep it real. Right? In a world of fakeness, I think realness needs to be respected a lot more. Right? So even if I don't get 1,000 followers, for the folks who do follow, they're going to get the real perspective from a person who's unbiased and isn't part of the club per se, right? And that's what we're looking to bring. And I want to focus on the newbie, because the newbie is the person who doesn't know anything, that's more likely to fall into one of these traps with one of these crowds of folks who want to shill a coin or has a certain way of looking at a chart that's completely wrong, right? There's a lot of bad information out here, which is why I started this channel in the first place, which is why I wanted to do this, right? So I'm here to bring a different perspective, and I'm want to focus with the guys that are new so that they can get a good leg up as they come in rather than having to go through all of the bumps and bruises that I did. And ultimately with that, I want to build a community of traders, and a community of folks who just want to understand the crypto market a little bit better and how to read these charts. And that's what we're here for. All right, pretty simple. Now, I have a philosophy. I believe that any trader that you follow should have a philosophy, and they should let you know what that philosophy is, because if you don't know how they think, then you don't really understand why they do the things that they do. All right. So my philosophy is simple. I'll break it down pretty quick. About 10 things. Risk management is paramount to success. People say risk management all the time. I don't think they really understand how it really works or how it should work or how you can use it to your advantage to make sure that you're getting in and out with the proper price points and not over leveraging yourself, right? You should never blow an account. I'm just going to say it right up, straight from the bat. You should never, ever, ever, ever in life blow an account. All right. If you're doing that, you're being lazy, you're being greedy. And those two things right there will kill you every single time in the market. You have to learn how to correct certain behaviors and certain thought processes and emotions before you get into anything. And risk management is part of that. All right. Number 2, there are 3 pillars to trading, hands down, only 3. Okay. Analysis, anticipation, execution. Okay. If you're leaving one of those 3 out, chances are you're going to lose. For example, if I analyze a chart for 3 months, okay, and I just execute without anticipating where price is going to go and where I want to get in, where I want to get out, I'm losing, right? I'm losing. And I think that most people don't really look at the market this way. They think that you just need to look at a chart and pull a trigger. You know what I'm saying? No, it's a lot deeper than that, and you have to anticipate. That's the main thing. Anticipation is the key, right? But you can't anticipate anything without the analysis. And you can't execute without the anticipation, right? So we'll talk about how these 3 things work for every single trade, and I think it's important for you to understand it in this context, because without this, you're shooting in the dark. Number 3, liquidity is key, right? Here's something that most people don't understand. The market has to remain efficient. In order to remain efficient, you need buyers and sellers, both sides of the market at all times, okay? And liquidity grabs and runs is how the market achieves efficiency, all right? So stop losses being hit, taking you out of the trade, bringing you in the trade off of a limit order, reversing the price on you and keeping it down for the rest of the day so that you get out of your position. That's your liquidity, right? The market takes that. And the market is engineered to do it in a way that if you don't know what's happening with price and why it's happening, you will fall victim to that all of the time. And that's 90% of the traders, right? Get on the other side of things. You have to see things from a different perspective. Number 4, price action is a leading indicator. I'm going to prove this over and over and over again. I don't use MACD. I don't use stochastics. I don't use any of that. No, sorry. Momentum indicators, don't need them. Support and resistance, don't need it. All right. Seriously, I'm going to show you guys how to simply read price action and use that as your leading indicator. All right. Number 5, higher time frame levels rule all. They actually do. And no matter if you're scalping or if you're going for long positional trades, you have to work from the higher time frames. And we'll talk about that. All right. The time of the day and the day of the week matter. You ever notice 7, 8 p.m. price just dumps for Bitcoin? There's a reason for that. You ever notice how it just goes up overnight, 2 a.m., 4 a.m.? There's a reason for that. All right. Knowing markets and when they work, when they open, is really the end all be all for price action. All right. Traditional TA is designed to ensure retail traders fail. I can give you so many stories about that and give you examples of that as well. Right. Number 8, emotions will determine your trade destiny. If you learn how to control your emotions, you can be a much better trader. So we'll dive into that. Realistic expectations matter, and that's for damn sure, because you can't come into this market at all thinking that you're just going to go to the moon. How many people have actually done it? If you have, leave a comment below. Let me know. I'd like to hear your story. Number 10, breaking through is not as hard as you may think. And it's true. You do have to go through a bit of a learning curve in order to get good at this stuff. But if you're dedicated to that, you can break through and you can make things happen for yourself. All right. So with that being said, we're going to end the video. This was just a brief introduction into who I am, what this channel is about, and what we're looking to do. Follow me at the Long and Short Crypto on Instagram, and follow me on Twitter at Long and Short 101. More videos coming soon. Y'all stay up. Love.